Cuppa. Good afternoon, people. Kris Gethin here. The weather is a little bit better today. Yesterday I spoke to you from this very garden and it was snowing big time. Look at it. 24 hours later and it is friggin' beautiful. Well, I still have to wear my coat, so it is a little bit chilly on the willy, but it's much better than what it was yesterday, dependent on if you want to go snowboarding or if you want to chill outside. I want to chill outside, so it's absolutely beautiful. Been working inside again all day, so here I am, taking my break. Namaste with you. So, my topic of today is, well, it's of a few things, and it'll relate to cage muscle, but as you could see in the title, I said that cage muscle was built on basically old school mentality. Now, when I say that, I'm going to ruffle a few feathers here now, but if you look at a lot of things and a lot of people, you speak to them, especially if you're of my age, you see that a lot of people are becoming a little bit more pussified, a little bit more complacent, a little bit sensitive, especially to words you may say or speak, and you don't necessarily mean, but people will generally take them out of context, translate them, digest them, dissect them into something that may be offensive, intrusive, and then all of a sudden we got a lot of complaints on our hand, we got a lot of arguments, we have a lot of turmoil in the world, and then we're sat with nothing other than peace. Now, when as I'm discussing this, I'm bringing up some scenarios and examples. Maybe they're fact, maybe they're fiction. But I see a lot today, people becoming very sensitive and finding any way that they possibly can to justify an easier route to the goal that they're trying to attain. Now, this could be business, relationship, fitness, bodybuilding, whatever it may be. A lot of people are really looking for the simplest route to get up, to climb that mountain that they look at, and it may be Everest, and they're thinking, there must be a fucking zip line I can get up there, or there must be an easier way I can pursue that goal, which is a lot of bollocks. There is no easier way. If you want something, you have to fucking work for it. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to work when they see a goal, or here's two examples. This is an example. Okay, two people look at a house on the end of a hill and go, wow, look at the size of that house. One person goes, man, I'm going to get that house one day. I don't give a fuck how hard it is to get it, what adversity I have to face, what challenges, what sacrifices I have to make. I'm going to get that fucking house. And the other person will look at that very same massive house and go, lucky bastard, must have been born with a silver spoon in his mouth or whatever, and that's going to justify that person's complacency. And that justifiable complacency is not going to get anybody anywhere. Marcus Boyer, my buddy Mark is on here. How's it going, Bo? Yeah, Cuppa Zen. Namaste, Boyer. So, I'm going to use Mark as an example here. So I've just, obviously I've been bodybuilding for many years, and I used to actually weight train with Mark. But as of recent, I've been toying with the idea of, fuck, I need another challenge. I need something that's tough, something that's hard, something that basically tells me you should not be doing this. So I'm writing an article now, a column for Train magazine, and I'm basically talking about how I'm dissecting my run. Because a lot of people are saying, you're too big to be running, you're 225 pounds, you're 5'8", it's going to wear on your knees, it's going to wear on your ankles, on your back, etc., etc. Not just for the race of like an Ironman, but for all the preparation needed to go up to that Ironman. The people have told me the event that I've chosen is too friggin' hot. It'll be too hard for somebody of my weight to hydrate myself. And not only that, trying to finish an event like this at my weight with the muscle density that I've got, it's going to require a lot of calories. It's going to be hard to feed myself. Don't think that I can just eat gels and supplements and finish this thing. If I hit an 8-mile gradient, I could go through like 200 watts as opposed to someone that needs 150. Someone may go through like 5,000 calories in an event like this. I may have to go through 11,000. Do you know what I mean? So, but this is how I look at it. I look at this as being something very difficult, something hard. I look at my body and think, wow, I should really suck at that. I'm going to fucking give it a go. Because if you are used to facing adversity, if you're used to facing challenge and struggle, and if you're used to hitting those high hills, then guess what? You're going to become conditioned to it after a while, and it doesn't have to be in the same boat. So, for instance, whatever I may learn in this journey, it can possibly help me in other areas of my journey. So, if I'm facing adversity and effect, and people are trying to deter me from otherwise, but I'm able to succeed, then it's going to give me much more confidence in business meetings, in sticking to my own decisions. Because at the end of the day, even though I do listen to people that are much more experienced than me, that's without a doubt. Nobody's walked in my shoes. Nobody's put them on and know what the hell's going on up here. Do you know what I mean? So when I say caged muscle is being built on old school mentality, this is what I mean. People will look at, like, for instance, our products and think, okay, you've only got one flavor mostly of most of your products. Like, we're about to introduce a flavor now of In-Caged. However, this is coming 2 years after its first flavor inception. Now, this is hardcore mentality. It's fucking hard work. It's tough, but you have to tough it out. I could either give into complacency and think, well, fuck it, I'll turn around, I'll find the easier route, as I mentioned about going to Everest or something like that, or I could justify my complacency and go, fuck, I'm not going to do an Ironman, or I'm not going to go to the gym today, or whatever. Or I could find the route that I've decided upon in the very beginning, and I'll pursue that route. Other companies are going to go, it's too hard, it's too expensive, it's too lengthy. Fuck it, I'll go for a synthetic flavoring instead of like a natural flavoring. That's obviously going to be much harder to disguise the efficacious dosages of the patented ingredients that are in there. That can be the easier route, it'll be the shorter route, it'll be the least expensive route. But I'm glad I was kind of born in an age where you are stubborn, there's no doubt about it, and you persist. And you want to actually pursue through adversity, because anything worth doing is probably going to be fucking harder. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to make sacrifices. There's no doubt about that. But the thing is, the success is that much more rewarding in the end. Okay, may not be financially rewarding. I wish I could have a little bit more money. I don't need that much money. But the thing is, I prefer to eat up the margins and spend more time flavoring with natural flavor, as an example, and bringing out products that take friggin' time in order to get them right. So, a lot of people ask, well, why haven't you got a multivitamin? Why haven't you got a testosterone booster? Why don't you have a straightway isolate? Why don't you have all these flavors? Well, yeah, I could have probably done them in the first year. But would it have been right? No, it would have probably required generic ingredients. They would have been underdosed ingredients. They wouldn't be patented ingredients. They'd be synthesized. They'd be colored in dyes and acids, and a lot of the ingredients would be genetically made, in a lab, as opposed to naturally produced or fermented. Do you know what I mean? So that old school mentality actually, I'd say, fuels me to some certain degree. Sometimes I need distraction. Sometimes I say I don't like to think too much because it makes me think too much. So if I have the distraction there and the challenge there, then that's only a good thing. So going back to, as I said, the old school mentality, that goes for so many things in life. If you want to get that fucking job on the top floor of that building, then you're going to have to work your way up. It's not going to come overnight. You're going to have to fucking work for it. You can't expect for somebody to notice you, recognize you, acknowledge you based on you being there. You can't just show up. You have to actually deliver. It's the same when you see people go to the gym year after year. They keep showing up. They're dedicated every single fucking day. But do they look the same? A lot of the times, yes, they do, because they're not putting in the work. And as soon as the work comes in and lactic acid builds up and it gets fucking painful, it's like, I'm going to justify myself to stop right here because it's comfortable. Fuck complacency, fuck comfortability. You need to get out of those comfort zones in order for you to evolve and excel. Same goes in the gym and the same goes outside of the gym. So with my bodybuilding, it wasn't so much that I was losing motivation. I didn't want to take a backward step, that's for sure. I needed to take a side step and do something else. So that's why I've decided I'm going to fucking try to go for an Ironman. I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to dissect my run, for instance, because I'm a bigger person. So I'm going to do things. I'm going to run. This may sound like against the grain. Yesterday, I tried out a weights vest, so I'm going to start running with a weights vest when I start training next month. Every now and again, I'm going to go off-road running with ankle weights on, and I'm going to have to get used to picking up my legs whilst I'm running over routes and stuff like that. And Alex Viada and his team over at Complete Human Performance, Complete Human Performance, they're helping with me with these things. And for instance, I've got very, very weak ankles. Very skinny ankles, and I've twisted them, broken them, torn them many times. So, I will work on my ankle strength. I've never had to do that before. So I'm getting on an aero mat, I'm getting on a Bosu ball, I'm doing circular rotations with my ankles to strengthen them up. I'm not going to use my weight as something to hold me back. I'm not going to use the excuse of a bodybuilder's physique to hold me back. I'm going to continue to bodybuild, and I'm going to continue to train this way. But so there's a lot of choices out there for you guys when it comes to supplementation, and a lot of it is going to come down to the marketing ability of that company at the end of the day. Are you going to be referred by somebody that actually truly knows their supplements, or are you going to be referred by somebody who's got a placebo effect and is just trying to save some money in their pockets? It's the same with anything. If you want to save some money, go fucking eat at McDonald's. If you want to put quality fuel in your vessel, then you go to Whole Foods or you eat an organic produce. It is no different to supplements. If you want to go and get a cheap supplement that's going to save some money in your pocket, great. Is it going to do anything for you? Probably not. Could it potentially harm you? Maybe. We had a big company get raided by the FDA last week, and I've told you all about the nitrogen spike-in, the spike-in with animal urine, the prop blends. And remember, last year I pulled out the best-selling company in the world and brought up a couple of things with their product, how it was misleading the consumer, and lo and behold, the next day all of their product pages were changed because we were shaking the tree. Because unfortunately, a lot of people will justify the content that they read on the label or on the product page and think, okay, well, this is a big company, it must know its stuff, and of course it's going to look after me, and of course the government must be regulating these products, so you know what, I'll take it. Why? Because everyone else is. Why? Because it's a big seller. Why? Because they've got some great athletes on board and they advertise in the magazines and they're always at my expos, so they must be fucking good, right? Well, how do they afford to do that? And how do they bring out so many products so fast to the market? Okay, well, there you go. There's your answer. These things take time, whether that be, whether you want to go and compete in a bodybuilding show, whether you want to do a marathon, whether you want to do a Spartan race and do well, whether you want to do a bloody triathlon, whatever. If you want to do it properly, it's going to take fucking hard work and it's going to take time. But are you willing to put it in, or do you want to justify your complacency and find another justifiable reason why you want to give up? That's why gyms become so packed in January and they kind of fall off in February, isn't it? Because everybody has best intentions, but who really wants to fucking follow through with the work? Well, a lot of the time, unfortunately, it's not people as much in this day and age as it was some years ago. So there's my fucking rant for today. Anyway, guys, got any questions for me? So I'm speaking on both YouTube here and Facebook. Come do Ironman Tembe. I won't be there in the UK at that time, but thank you for the invite. I know a couple of people that have done it, and it is supposed to be one of the absolute toughest in the world, so there's no fucking way I'm doing that one. Mike Beaker has joined. How's it going, Beaker? Have these questions bloody frozen, I think. Sometimes I don't know why Facebook enjoys freezing on me, and I don't get as many questions, or the questions stop. This is why I love KAGED MUSCLE, brand ambassador, Uncle Chuck. Thank you very much. Hey, what's up? Claire Harvey, hey Kris, get in contact, mate. Claire Daz Harvey on Facebook. Messaged you a couple of months ago, mate. Would love to catch up. Darren Harvey, how's it going, buddy? Mate, if you messaged me on Facebook, I wouldn't have answered it, I'm afraid, because I don't go in there. I get bloody loads, absolutely loads every day. But good to hear from you, buddy. Where are you? Guys, a few blasts in the past coming up on this Facebook feed today. Yeah, whereabouts are you in the world? So, people on the YouTube, if you've got any questions, I'm answering them over here. Marcus, you are doing 10B. Holy shit. Have you ever done like any like half Ironman or anything like that even? Or are you just jumping straight into this? And have you got WhatsApp? You got WhatsApp on your phone? I'll give you a message. When is the best time to eat rice cakes for photo shoots? Early morning? Yeah, probably early morning. Just finished day 37. Love the program. A short advice on creatine usage. Bilal, just take my pre-caged and re-caged because there's enough creatine in there. And then you just take the creatine HCl, the Kaged Muscle creatine HCl, exactly as it recommends on the bottle. Victor, Kris, did Kaged Muscle stop the BCAA's capsules? Yes, most people wanted the powder over the capsules, so I discontinued the capsules. Eric, Kris, I approved a post in the Kaged Muscle group that you supposedly posted. Wasn't sure if someone made a fake account. Okay, all right. I don't think so. I don't think anyone's made a fake account. I'll get your number off Lindsay Bruce, mate, and I'll call you. Yeah, no worries, bud. So I'm assuming you must be in Hereford then. My dad was in Lindsay's gym today. What are you training today? I'm not training today. It's a non-training day today, and I'm only able to really train lower body because I had a cortisone injection the other day in my shoulder, so I got to stop doing anything on my shoulder. Are you related to? Sorry, I didn't catch that. James Gethin? No, I'm not. Yeah, I done the half clean lava fish guard. It's the same as the half Ironman. Been doing triathlons, but Ironman is my goal. How did you do in like the half Ironman distance then, bud? How long did that take you? Like, have you started like figuring out how long roughly it should take you to do like a full Ironman? You know, based on your training and stuff. What was I going to say? I think in Tenby, don't they have something called the long course where they do like the full swim on the Friday, the full run, the full cycle on the Saturday, and then full run on the Sunday? I'm sure I heard they do a long course there. Is that something that you're thinking about doing as well? Because it goes around the exact track, doesn't it there? Like, Darren said, stop all this triathlon talk, it's boring. Okay, then, Darren, then you can follow someone else then. Hey, Kris, how much mass can I ideally put on your 12-week program as a natty, hardcore? Well, I think I put on 20 pounds. I'd come from a background where I hadn't been training for a while, though. But I'd say, depending on where you're coming from, but 12, 15 pounds. What's in the mug? Decaffeinated coffee. What's your height and weight? 225 pounds at 5'7". Why is HCl better than monohydrate if I can digest it just fine? If you can digest monohydrate just fine, take it. That's absolutely fine. I just can't. It doesn't agree with me, and with creatine HCl I find that I don't get any fluid retention, and it only requires microdosing. I don't have to take as much powder. What is your opinion on cluster dextrin for bodybuilding? No, don't like anything like that, to be honest with you. That's just not my thing. I've tried a lot of different things actually, and if I took every supplement on the market I'd probably die. Lisa says, did Tenby a few times, didn't he? Ivan did. Yes, he did. They do a long course weekend here too. Yeah, been tempted. Yeah, I was just wondering if Mark was going to do the long course as well. So I'm trying to answer questions on both these platforms. What sunglasses do you recommend? Dieter, biceps is my weak link. Get in size but not much cutting. What's the difference between a 12-week hardcore trainer and an 8-week one? The 8-week is the new version. So the 12-week video trainer is a very old, dated one that I filmed in 2009. This is a much more updated one based on what I've learnt since then, and that's why you can pretty much get better results over an 8-week period as opposed to a 12-week period. Right, I really got to go now, guys. I got to get back to work. Thank you very much for joining me. I shall speak to you all very soon. Have yourself a great weekend. Kick ass.